Morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, AD Walker, the Pucci de Guru, the motivator. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of all that we do. Let's do this. Let's get it together. Oh, I didn't do my thing. All right. So, this is your opportunity to share. Today, we're talking about how to build effective network or community support system. And I'm gonna attempt to share something. Hopefully, I don't get blocked. Building effective networks, effective community, because it's a little different. Support system, and I want to talk about it. We got Mr. Mat Jeanius coming through. So make sure you guys are a part of that. So we're gonna have a great broadcast. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for always being here and sharing. Mama Corey in the building. Great morning to you. I want to thank you guys, Mama Corey, and some others that have been giving financially. If I don't say it, because I gotta, say it enough. I appreciate you guys for your financial support because it helps us grow as well as maintain certain things because there's a cost. There's a cost to all of this, and I appreciate all the giving, the financial support as well. And those that are watching first time here, thank you for rocking with us and coming through. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. We have many things going on. We're not just a YouTube broadcast, but we are a community. We're in the community. We're in the community. We're part of different organizations, and we are growing. We are growing. So I appreciate you guys for being here and your support here. Your financial support definitely is going a long way. So I thank you for all your giving. What's up, Richard? Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So if you would like to give, go to brotherslegacy.com, hit the button beyond donations. And there's plenty of ways to give. So do that right now. So I appreciate you. So today we're talking about how to build an effective community. I got my peeps coming through. Let's see. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So Matt is running a little late today. So it's a mental health Wednesday. And my wife shared a video with me. So we're gonna dig into that. Oh, okay. Well, not sure if he's gonna be here today, but he's in the building. All right. So we're gonna have a great conversation about, and we kind of talked about it yesterday, the weeding out and finding the right people and how to do that. But we want to talk about community support, not just financial. We always talk about group economics, but the mental support, the being there for each other is a big thing. Yes, indeed, Richard. Mental Health Wednesday. This is my reoccurring theme. I got Wednesdays set. I'm trying to set Thursdays as our economic land discussions as well. So this is your opportunity to share. Sharing is caring. Let's do this. We're going to do the countdown. We're going to kick it off. I come on before the countdown because I know in YouTube space, you click on, you see a countdown, you probably click off. Or you fast forward to see what they say. So I just try to get to it, let you know what we're going to talk about. I might watch this whole thing. Let me skim past this little countdown and let's see what the meat of this is talking about. All right. So without further ado, we're going to count down. This is your opportunity to share. This is your opportunity to tag somebody. This is your opportunity to join our community. Text LWN to 84576. And you could be anywhere, but you're here rocking with us. All right, let's read on Sam's comment first. Good morning. Also, good morning to the other brothers that's coming on later in India. Lots of love, hugs, kisses. Man, on Sam, I wish I knew how to have any active network in my community. I wish I knew how to have any active network in my community. We're gonna dig into that. I'll show you some ways, because I've not been a network kind of person until the last 3-4 years of my life. Had the school friends and the sporadic friends and support throughout the years that I never really took advantage of. And what I mean advantage is reaching out, but I've kind of somewhat figured it out. I'll say it that way. I've kind of figured it out. All right, so let's hit this countdown. Share. We'll be right back. All right, Matt in the building is about to go down on this Mental Health Wednesday. Let's go.
Stand up.
Boom. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Oh, you said I meant to say effective network. Oh, okay. Let's see. And also meant to say sending your brothers lots of love. Oh, not India. I was like, you in India? Listen, Sam was like everywhere. I was like, India too? That is funny. That is funny. All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ephraim, a.k.a. Mr. Reparations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got Mr. Mat Jeanius in the building.
All right. I'm here. I made it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
What's up, Rich?
Right. Let's see. So today we're discussing building effective community. I'm getting old. You ever have those moments when, and don't leave me alone in this, when you have you're watching something on your phone and you start looking for your phone. Or you're doing something with your phone and then you start, where's my phone? Y'all did it. Don't act like
No, sir. No, sir. Not quite yet. I'm gonna hold on to this juice just a little while longer. Now I have walked into a room and forgot why I went in there.
Okay.
So that's close, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I place my phone down and just don't know where it's at. That happens a lot.
Okay. Oh, you ever had playing and then you start looking for your phone?
No, you could have just stopped when we tried to. But if you insist, you're gonna be out by yourself.
Somebody come through and help a brother out.
Oh, man.
Help a brother out. All right.
That's that short-term memory, man.
Yeah, indeed. But I am that dude that remembers like weird things from 10 years ago. Hey, you remember that time we was in the cabin and the bear was coming through? Like I remember, I'm that dude that remembers those weird little moments. Like I don't even remember that day. Like
At all.
So today we're talking about building effective community, and yesterday we kind of got into, finding the right people to hang with or to be around, and for me, it's challenging because you don't know until I think your relationship is tested, until they go through something or they have a moment of questionable integrity, like things happen, you're like, I didn't tell you the whole thing. Like I just didn't feel comfortable sharing everything, It's like, well, dude, I needed to know that, like, and then the coming back to each other, like, and not disappearing. Because, I've probably done it, you mess up, like, you know what, I'm gonna just cut this relationship. I'm not calling Matt back. He texting, I ain't responding. I'm gonna just take I'm just going ghost because I'm gonna take my L, because I messed up, and I can say sorry. I think it's just challenging coming back to you to say it, if that makes sense, like, and will he want to hear it? And then I think, in our heads, can we keep it real? Sometimes I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle the response that Matt throws back at me, like, you hurt my feelings. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, even though I'm the offender, I'm like, I don't want to feel worse than I was, Right. So it's those challenges. So today I kind of let's talk about how do we find a community? Well, I don't know. Like, how do you build a community that's effective but accepting of flaws? Because we're all flawed. We all have our level of flawedness, in certain areas we rock solid, we strong. Some areas like, So how do you build a good community on flaws? Like, how do we deal through? Because, like, even talking yesterday, like with Kaneem, and he was saying, like, you might have a trigger. We have a trigger, and my feeling is hurt. And you're like, this is what I say all the time. I talk to brothers all the time like this, but I'm not used to it. I'm not in that space to receive it. And, like, I try not to cut you off. So I'm trying to come to you and explain to you how I'm feeling. And you dismiss it. Like, oh man, that ain't nothing. But for me, this runs deep because let's keep real. Well, Matt can definitely speak on it, but them childhood traumas, that something happened and now it's small in the adult world, but it was so big when you were young that I can't shake this thing. That every time somebody does, this is why I don't have friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I'm not connected,
Yeah, for sure. And if you find that community that people are accepted like that, let me know. I would love to be a part of it. Because in your opening, bro, you really hit it on the head. Like, you can hit the major concerns that everybody has about revealing the flaw to a group of people. Right. Will it be bump heard? Well, no, I'll give you heard too, because there's times, and I'm personally one of the people that struggle with expressing it the way I feel it. Right. I feel it so much more on the inside, and I'm really trying to say it, but these words just keep getting in the way. You feel me? So how do I express it? And then will it be received? Right. Will you feel me? Will you just hear me? You know what I'm saying? And can I handle your disappointment with me? Right. Because I will lie to you just so you don't be disappointed in me. Wow. I'll do that. That's me, bro. Wow. I got you. I'm gonna hold us down. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna protect our friendship. Hey, there you is. Yes, sir. I'm gonna protect our friendship, man. Yeah.
What's going on, Jimmy?
Man, can't call it, man.
All I heard was that you're gonna lie to me. That's it. In order to hold us down.
To the grave. Bro. To the grave.
Bro. I appreciate
tell
you
that, bro.
I appreciate you for really taking onus of my emotions. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna allow me to keep me
Yeah.
sane, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. I got to do it, man. And when I do that, I realize that I'm taking everything on me. I'm gonna take all the emotional damage, all the hurt, all the pain.
Wow.
Got to keep up the lie. You feel me? And when we
keep up
young,
the lie now. Because if I find out you lied to me,
you're gonna be even more disappointed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hot if I find out that you lied to me. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, man. So it's tough. And when we young, we feel a little bit, more invincible, a little bit stronger. So like, I can take the L. But like when you start having to keep all these lies and hold all this hurt, you feel me? It wears you down. Wow. And then you really can't kick it the same way. So now when we go out, and I be like, bro, I can't really go out. It ain't that I don't want to go kick it. It's that but I ain't got the strength to stand. I'm still holding us down. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And so
you got to get that lie dressed too. You going out, you got to dress that lie up.
You got to remember what I said.
Yeah, you got to make sure the lie got the hat on right.
Yeah,
You got to make sure
the truth.
Have that proper etiquette for that lie now.
Absolutely, you got to maintain itself because it has to get dressed up. The truth can be naked, but not lie. You feel me? But
that's good.
You got to put clothes on that lie, man. You got to make sure.
Absolutely.
You don't want that lie freezing out there.
No. So I don't want to be exposed, and I put myself in the corner, and then I really alienate myself as I'm still a part of the group. Yeah, and it's hard to hold it down, man. But you think you're doing the right thing. It's a little messed up, but your intent, because that's how we see it. I see it through my intent. I'm just trying to hold you down. If you find that I messed this $500 up, you ain't never gonna trust me no more. And I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I gave them all the money up front. I should have held some. I told you I was gonna be there, but I stayed like an hour later doing something else. And when I showed up, they had done did the wrong thing. And I don't want to disappoint you. You feel me? Because I don't know if you're gonna say E slipped or E be tripping. You feel me? Because there's a difference. If it was a one-time flaw, misjudgment, one-off, then you'll forgive me. Like, all right, now you can hold it down. I'll give him another $500. He can meet another contractor. But if you feel like, nah, this right here, I don't know, I can't do that. You don't worry about it. I'll be at the next one. I don't want you to be disappointed in me. You know what I mean? But and I'm really disappointed in myself. So it's all that, man. You unpacked it already, bro.
That's a real struggle right there. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Man, I missed the whole context of what started the conversation off, but I think I got a little catch up. I don't know if I would be so trusting the second time around.
Okay.
And that's fair.
Is it okay? Is it time in? Like, because I'm with you, Kaneem. I hear you because you always it's gonna sit in the back of your mind,
right?
I guess is it time in? I guess if we've been together, for a while, like connected in some way. Yeah. But then I guess, but it also matters like the context of our relationship, right? So if we've been giving E money, like to invest, not to give money, but to invest, and there's been a track record, and then like
a social credit score.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And he messes up one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could you bounce back easier knowing that he's been on top of his game? It's just, oh man, I trusted the wrong person.
Yeah, nothing shady, just a mistake.
Yeah. I know that's a no-brainer for me. You got a track record of winning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or at least doing right. It may not be perfect, but at least
no, you got a track record of winning. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you ain't gonna win forever. You got to take a loss sooner or later.
Real talk.
I mean, that's just how life is. Life ain't a win.
Yeah.
You got.
All I do is win, man.
All I do is win.
All I do is win.
Another one.
To me.
So yeah, I mean, your system is to win,
right?
But there's always something that can just go haywire in day-to-day life, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something that's not in your control. With your system, you have control,
right?
But if something just come out of left field and slap you in the face, I mean, you didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
But bro, and the pressure is I feel what you're saying, and the pressure is to me. Will Kaneen say that when the situation go down, and that's what we wrestle with. Like, now this wasn't my fault. This was a mistake, but we'll brush see it that way. And it's even more worse when you don't have the track record yet. Let's say this is our first business deal. You know how it is when you first talk to a girl. You trying to like, let me show you, I'm this great. So right. when I ain't that great, you feel me? You could be like, well, he is great, you know. So it's that. Will Kaneen hold it down this early in what we trying to build? Will he see it as a mistake? And that's what make people like lie to you, like, hey, Kaneen, man, everybody was late, bro. By the time I get, just lying, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they went to the wrong site, all that kind of stuff. Oh,
well, I mean, if you can articulate, I mean, like you said, it's the beginning of whatever adventure we going into.
Yeah.
If you can articulate what the mistakes were,
right,
and how you gonna perform going forward,
right.
Yeah, I can swallow that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't even understand where you went wrong,
right,
and you can't explain it to me,
we gotta have another problem.
So I can see how I could help or assist you not make the same mistake again.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can't even articulate, you don't know what's happening. Man, this is what happened, man. And you throwing your hands up like, and we just have to eat it. No, you got to eat it.
You gotta have the right attitude about it.
Listen, you saw the pause like, nah,
I don't blame everybody else.
You got to eat this.
No, but if you explaining it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that happening. Yeah. Man, I mean, yep. Well, I know that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you just throwing your hands up like it just happened, man. Nah, you got to eat that.
And the truth of it is, we could grow. And my fault, Matt. But
you good, man. I'm loving it.
We could grow a better relationship if I really owned it. Hey, and then bro, I was tripping, bro. I ain't do right by my time. I ain't put in Google Maps. I came late. They got started in the back room. They were supposed to get started over here. Right. I told them. I corrected it. I got ownership, man. But it's and that seems like the easiest answer. And everybody who's ever lied, that's always come to you. Own it.
Wow.
But we try to manage. I'm trying to manage how Kaneen feel about it. Like, I can't. Even if he's mad, I just got to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to have them courageous conversations where you got to hear about yourself messing up. You know what I'm saying?
Like an old man told me, if you're gonna be a man, you got two things: your balls and your word.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to stand by them. Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't a man of your word, then ain't nothing I can really do for you. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It don't take too many lies for me to cut you off.
Yeah, you ain't got but a few.
I mean, and I'm saying too many. It's really one. It's one.
It's one.
But if I love you,
and a half.
I give you two if I love you. You feel me? Hey. But there will be no three. There will be no three. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball. Three strikes, you out.
Man. This is such a healthy conversation, mainly because we're talking about how to build. Hey, Sam. How to build a healthy community, effective community,
Yeah.
Right. And when I hear community, I'm hearing a couple things just in the word, commune, like we have to have a history of breaking bread together.
Yeah.
Sitting down, really getting to know each other before we can start building anything, like if we don't have trust, if we don't have vulnerability, if we don't have accountability, if we don't have these things, then you don't even have a community, And I think sometimes we jump ahead and start to believe that the community is already there without having the effective ingredients.
That's good.
And it starts with us. It starts with us, though. It starts with ourselves. Like how do we have that balance internally to then effectively trust? Some of us have trust issues because we know that we're the one that's flawed and can't be trusted. And so we then project a lot of our insecurities and as far as our thing, on everybody else. Like, man,
Hey, Mama Corey.
you know, the old school
Hey,
word, you know,
Mama
man,
Corey.
man, you flaw. You remember that word? You
Mhm.
flaw, man.
Yeah.
You flaw, you know, like you breathe,
flaw.
you know, right? So, but the truth
My
is,
word was suspect, but yeah, I
yeah,
like
you
Right,
sus.
right, that-
And then we
Yeah,
cut it
little
short.
suspect.
We cut it short. Say you sus, man. Dude, sus, man. But the truth is, every community have its flaws.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
Every community has its flaws. So what we have to learn how to do is not make people throwaways. You know, I mean, it's so easy in this you know climate to just see a person in their flaw and just be like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You're finished.
Right,
you know?
right.
You're dead to me. You know.
Right.
Go back to Godfather. You know,
Right.
Fredo, you know.
Fredo, you done.
And that's not, you know, that's not how we should deal with each other, specifically Black men. You know, we have to give each other grace, knowing a lot of the things that we've gone through and still going through that we need to repair.
Good morning, Philip.
So part of the repair has to be in building the community. If we can't repair the self and the community based on a lot of the things that stop us from building community, then we won't be effective at all.
Right.
You know, so how do we start repairing? Well, we got to learn how to forgive. You know, we have to learn how to forgive, and it starts with self first. You know, a lot of us are still carrying baggage from '94. You know,
right,
you know,
right.
Still
No
carrying
doubt.
baggages, you know, from some ill will from somebody. Nah, man, he tried me. This person did this to me. This person did that to me. And so we have a track record of not trusting based on other people doing things to us and us being able to so easily say, you know what, that person's done.
Right.
And so when the next person come in, they are on that time clock that the previous person was on. So we can't even move forward without even, you know, questioning motives, questioning ideas. We have a hard time trusting in our community.
I'm working on that, Matt. I ain't got that yet, bro.
I know. I feel you. But it's not on you. You know, I won't put that on you or anybody specifically. You have to look at the grander society and community to see what have we done to make sure this word community still has value.
Yeah, the value of building community. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think that word has value anymore. We're so individualistic based on our society that we feel like we don't. I got Google. I don't need you.
I don't need you.
I don't need you. I got WebMD, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't need you. I got an Uber. You know what I'm saying? But you had to back in the day, you had to call 5 people to get a ride first.
Yes.
Hey man, what you doing right now? Hey man, what you doing right now? Hey man, what you doing right now? Hey man, okay, I got. Oh, you know, you finally get that person.
I got 5 on it. I got 5.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You got. You know.
No, you just gas money. You don't know what it is until you get there.
So the community or the idea of community has been lost a while ago.
So I got Alexa.
I got Alexa. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
the idea of community has been lost a while ago. You know, so it's hard to say we want to build effective community when we have detached ourselves from being in that space with ourselves and with other people. You know, so we have to talk about the reparations of community. Where Mr. Reparations go? He coming? Okay, he coming back.
He'll be right back.
You know, how do we heal the community to get back to a space of seeing the value in community first?
Right. That's good because so Sam said, you know, it depends on what the lie is from what Kaneem was saying, and she says building community isn't easy. Folks are fickle.
Right, and even with that mentality right there, see, we're easily in a reality where that's what we believe. Like we don't have the belief in good anymore. You know, we don't have the belief that people can do us right because of the evidence of hurt that we've received in our lives. It kind of diminishes our ability and our capacity to trust and to have that belief. You know, But I think, you know, in order to get there, we really you have to build the relationship, and the relationship doesn't go from acquaintance to best friends overnight, you know, to trusted, person overnight. So how do you build? You build by, by making sure you show up, accountability, reliability, competence, trust, consistency, all these things. If you show and there's evidence and it's proven, but I think we don't even give the space to where we could even show these things because it's like, nah, I see that one thing.
Right.
I see that one thing and it's like, it's over.
Right.
You know, so we don't even give ourselves a chance to really get back in there based on all the hurt. And I think we're missing out a lot because of that.
I think what you said was big though, because you know, there is a space where we may not trust, right? It's like, man, people are fickle. Because I felt like that for a long time too. Like, man, you know, it's hard to trust. I don't want to know if I'm put it out there, but you also said the slow building, you know, because Kaneem, have you ever had that conversation with someone? You're like, oh man, this is solid. This is gonna be a great relationship. You know, like, but I mean, for me, like 2 days. Oh yeah, I'm all in.
Remember, AD?
Yeah,
I told you about the Reverend Pastor that took me for that $1,500. Remember the Reverend Pastor?
The good Reverend Doctor.
Hold on. I heard about the 15, but I didn't know it was the Reverend Pastor though.
Right?
I
did
not. I mean, you told us about the 15 before, but you left
Reverend Pastor. So when you asked me that question, yeah, I thought it was gonna be a great relationship. The Reverend Pastor took me $1,500. Yeah. That
give me the loot.
That
give me the loot.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have had that type of conversation.
Right.
Where I thought we about to make some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah. I mean, we over here looking at houses. We didn't went in houses and you know what I'm saying. We got contractors. Well, I got contractors. I got my contractors going over there giving me quotes and all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm finna get this. All I need to do is put this earnest money down, and the Reverend Pastor just ghost.
Wow.
Come on, Rip.
So how do you then even forgive yourself?
Reverend Ripple-Lot, you right. Not Rap-A-Lot, but Ripple-Lot. Yeah, you right.
But how do you even start that process of forgiving yourself for the trust that you gave? You know, because you're hurting.
It was my wife. My wife allowed me to let it go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't in me. It wasn't me personally. Right. You know what I'm saying? Her being by my side, you know, in my ear saying, let it go. It ain't that serious. Because it was a misunderstanding. Like literally, like, dude, when I see you.
On site.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
Let me see those hands, Pastor. Let me see.
But we were interacting with these church
people.
Reverend Pastor. We was interacting with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my wife was so cool with his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think his wife knew what he did.
Did she get ghost too? Your wife got ghost too?
Oh, no. My wife is still cool with his wife.
Okay.
But she divorced the Reverend Pastor.
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying? So that further let me know that he was on some,
right.
You know what I'm saying? He was on some BS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when your wife divorced the Reverend Pastor, you doing something else that you ain't supposed to be doing.
Because she see it all.
Yeah.
Even in that, man, in that, like so yeah, you get wrong, you know, and man, I know a lot of us have gotten wrong before, but how do we come back around and forgive? She quoting numbers.
It ain't have nothing to do with her, Sam.
Yeah, nothing to do with her, Sam.
I don't put nothing on her.
That was a grown man.
What I do put on is old buddy. Right. Because I don't think she knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, that money was exchanged. She knew we was talking about going into a joint venture.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think she knew money was exchanged.
Can we forgive a person who got us for $1,500?
Man, I almost cursed, Matt. Forgive him.
I'm just asking. I'm asking. You know.
Hey, what?
AD, can you do that? Can you forgive a person for $1,500?
I mean, it'll take me a while. It'll take me a while. It's hard. That's
Ephraim.
That's challenging to forget. It's challenging.
The $1,500 is forgiven because even with Kaneem, he invested it. He knew that money would be gone. It's the ghosting that's the problem. I can forgive the money. He wouldn't put it down if it was gonna stop him from eating that night, paying his mortgage, right? So I ain't gonna say he didn't need the $1,500, but you get what I'm saying. He
I
15
want
didn't hurt. Yeah, he sure want it back. Yeah, so the 1,500 is a lot. If you don't think so, give it to me. But I'm saying he knew that was gonna be gone. But
so if he comes back into your life, you be like, man, I'm a change, man.
If he comes back in my life, he better have $1,500
plus interest.
Yeah, you know
I want the big.
That's how you come back in my life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
come back with a check first.
Yeah.
Get that.
Hey, I want dollar bills. I don't want no check. I don't want no money order. I don't want none of that.
Brother, you can't trust that check. You know
I want cash money. I want
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin. You know what I'm saying? I take some grants. Whatever. I want cash money.
The check is good.
You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I say that relationship has dissolved. I mean, it's over.
Yeah, the trust.
You know what I'm saying? But one of them is that the ghosting part. Now, if you'd have told me, hey man, I fell on hard times. I had to pay my rent. I had to pay my car note. My wife got sick. My daughter got sick. My son got sick. If you had a reasonable, like he said, if you just lied to me, and stayed with the lie, you might still be in my life.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But you just took the money and I ain't heard from you since.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you ran up on him today, he'll have an excuse that he could have
gave
you.
I run up on with my wife ain't with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know, I think, bro, that's an amazing part too. That you saying, and I know if you saw him, it'll rekindle some old heat. Like all of them. But you getting past it, the fact that you can go to sleep at night, the fact that you ain't wearing it every day, it's amazing that the community that you and your wife had. You know, that helped you get through that. You know what I'm saying? So you was trying to expand your community, and it didn't work out. And then the community you already had established helped you get through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So community is important. You feel
right?
So
let me try this for a second, man. What would be some of the ingredients for a healthy community, like for effective community? What would you trust? Right? Anything else? Trust is going to be the number one.
Right.
What else? What else would be an effective ingredient for a community?
Someone that listens and support. I think,
support, right?
What I consider character, good character.
I like
it ain't got to be great.
Integrity.
It's good, just good character. Okay. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, because I know shady. I know a con. I know suspect behavior. I know, you know what I'm saying?
We seen that.
And my gut, my intuition, my vision, I can notice it pretty much in the conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Reverend Pastor got me, you know. He played it all the way through, you know what I mean? But other than that, you know what I'm saying, as far as building a community with trust, character, I say that's probably going to be some of the foundations in my mind, in my opinion. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the reason why I asked that question is because sometimes we're looking for things that we haven't even mastered yet. You know, like really haven't dug into it to make sure we have.
That's good.
Yet, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's one of those things that you bad at.
Yeah.
You just don't want to see somebody else bad at.
Exactly.
That's
transparency, all of it. You know,
that's a rough one. Willingness.
All of it. You know, you gotta put in what you desire. You know, so a lot of us who are, kind of, holding ourselves back from entering in the community, it's because we are lacking in those areas.
Right.
Yeah. A big one too, Matt, I think is understanding too. Right? Because we built different, we act different, we feel different. And then none of us on this phone is 80 years old, right? So we still learning ourselves. I'm not trying to say like y'all don't know who y'all are, but y'all are adapting, Kaneem about to be an empty nester, but AD over there got young kid. You feel what I'm saying? So he learning how it is to be a father with kids away, and he learned how to be a father with kids still. You get what I'm saying? So there's some space that we got to give each other to figure out how you like to operate. You know what I'm saying? So as we growing, if I could just be understanding, as soon as Kaneem get empty house, he probably might want to go to the pool hall every night. AD got kids that struggle to wake up in the morning. Right. I ain't saying, I'm saying for example.
No, I get you.
I got kids that struggle to wake up in the morning. So, I got to get them laid down, and then sometimes trying to get the house quiet, man, I done fell out. You know what I mean? So I was supposed to be at the pool hall. I would love to go, but I got a different situation. So if he thinks I'm tripping, if he's not understanding to my situation, then I'm gonna seem like I'm acting funny to him. Man, it's the 6th time I done told Eli hit the pool hall. He ain't trying to get what I'm saying. But if he could just be able to understand to my situation, if the invite is just a good invite, I'm good. When you can come through, I'm out there. Okay. You know, then I'll take you up on it. And then when I come through, I probably have a great time. You know what I mean? But like trying to be understanding to the situation. He might have $1,500 he can give when his kid's gone. I might have a kid going to the prom. So, oh man, you tripping about this little $1,500? Like, bro, your $1,500 free, man. They taxing out here for this capital. If we can have a community where all those things we mentioned, they gotta exist. But if we can just kind of understand, because there will be no community that has the exact same situation.
Man, you said a word. You said a word right there, man. Because you said we don't even know ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we're still developing to where if we don't know ourselves, then it's going to be hard to even get to know somebody else. Right. You know, and you're right. All of us we're growing. That's the beauty of it. I get a chance to be a part of that growth.
Right.
You know, that's what community is about. You know, another word for community is to say village.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But we haven't been in that context for such a long time, based on, you know, the society, based on our culture.
Right.
You know, it's easily to just be an individual and isolate and be away from everybody, because that's, you know, everything is instant. You don't really necessarily in our minds need people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And you know what stands out about that though? We're in the age of social media. But I'm with you. I feel just as I got some neighbors, man. And I told my wife the other day, I said, I wish we had like a little local social media so I can get to know them. Exactly. I be trying my hardest, man. I'm extra washing the windows, trying to wait so I can wait.
Somebody come by, right?
Yeah, man. These folks be in the house.
Walking slower, right? Like you see a garage open.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Like, and then,
get some eyes on them.
Like the two people on the side, I said something to them, you know, but I backed up when I felt like maybe, okay, you know, they just came outside. They didn't come outside to talk. So I'm just trying to, you know, I don't want them to feel trapped and like they got to stay in their house, you know. But you know, especially when I'm here doing the remote work, but I want to talk to somebody, you know. So you know?
That's what I'm saying. We have lost a lot of that, man, and it didn't start during, you know, the social media, you know, era. It started before that, you know. We have been trained to just be like individual. I got this, you know. You know, and we've lost that sense for a long time. So how do we get it back? Got to want it. That's the first place, you know. See the value of it.
That's one thing I love, man. I've always been kind of like, I guess, the traveling flocks with my brothers or whatever.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying, I'm always trying to get dudes together and hang out, you know, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this weekend. Trying to get everybody together on Saturday, you know, go shoot some pool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's different stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I could be like E and be, you know, happy as I want to be by myself. You know what I'm saying?
I love me.
Yeah. I tell my wife that all the time. You never got to worry about me loving myself. I'm gonna love me before I love you, baby. That's just how I go. You know what I'm saying? But as far as camaraderie and fellowship and stuff like that, I'm always trying to promote that.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody got their different lives, everybody got, you know, different schedules, everybody got different stuff. But I'm always putting it out there. It's always an open invitation. You know what I'm saying? When folks invite me to something, I'm definitely trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I can.
If I ain't got nothing scheduled already, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting you on my schedule. I ain't got nothing on my schedule. Now you on my schedule. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I do. That's just how I do, man.
All right, let me throw some of these comments up. So Sam says, to understand, you have to be willing to communicate, show who you really are, and I think that's a big one. You know, really showing who you are and being transparent. So Jeff said, I got $20 stole from me one time. He said, I got 2 of my 6'4" buddies and 3 of us went over, knocked on the door and got him back.
Okay, Jeff.
$20.
Jeff on some game. Didn't Jeff say he ran up in his girlfriend's house a couple weeks ago too?
Right.
Jeff be on some
Play.
All right, Jeff, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you.
For $20?
Let me get that dub. Let me get that dub.
I'm all about my money, bro.
But I got a question though. So
it's the principle.
I know, right? It's the principalities of it, right? You know, like Kaneem said, you know, he likes to get together. You know, that's kind of like he enjoys it. Like at the same time, he enjoys his me time, but he does enjoy trying to bring brothers together. I think we've lost a lot of that, where the sense of wanting to build community, you know, and most times, can we keep it 100? The community usually pops in your head when either you're in a struggle or you need some help. Like, man, I got some people around me, you know, I'm trying to move, you know, and that's when you start going through your numbers. Like, who have I talked to in the last week that I can call over here to help me?
Last year.
It's right. The last year, right. And it's those moments like you would eat, you know, back in the day, either you or the neighbors like, hey, what's your name? Welcome to the neighborhood, you know. And if anything, it's a nosiness to put eyes on who's living here. Like, how many kids you got? You know, my grass is specially treated. I need to make sure that them little rugrats of yours aren't running all over my lawn. You know, like, but it's just having those conversations and knowing who's around. And I think we just got out of that habit, you know, of trying to build a community or connecting with other people. There was one friend with thought that was like, man, I don't try to connect with nobody because then they be trying to come over my house, borrow stuff. you know, like
individualism, man.
Right.
I mean, it sells itself.
Right.
Yeah. It sells itself, man. It sells itself, and we are programmed to believe that it's an effective way of living until it's not.
Right. Exactly.
Until it's not, and then it's like, you know, it's like, do I have any friends at all? Like,
when you think about like what got us there, when you grow up with your parents,
yes,
a lot of the mindset is, but I can't wait to get up out of here, man, so I can do my own thing. And that's what you thinking, let alone if you got a parent to say, but when you get 18, you out of here. You know what I mean? So that's what you start with. Then you go live with some friends or whatever it takes to, you know, get your own apartment, your own spot. And come to find out that maybe daddy wasn't tripping when, you know, he was talking about cleaning up. Y'all people live like Vikings, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta figure this out, you know. And then it's like, boy, I gotta get my own spot. Like, look at all that. So let's say you 22 when you come to that realization that I was with my people and I couldn't do my own thing. They talking about bedtime, kitchen clothes, rags laid out. You know what I'm saying? So and then I live with my homies. And they just ain't got no kind of standard of living. You know what I'm saying? Filthy animals. You know what I'm saying? So like you get this, you get put off by being with other folk. And then you get a wife, and it's like, okay, we can kind of vibe, you know what I'm saying? We get what we're doing. But then even y'all start creating things that protect this peace. And then you stop inviting people over. Now little bro can't come through this week because, you know, it's like, look at all that builds us up, that kind of teaches us or pushes us to be like siloed, you know.
It's still a healing process, man. This is a conversation that that's way overdue to start the healing process to build community. A lot of us are hurting. If we took the time to really talk about our grievances, like you went through a lot of those things from childhood, you know, young adulthood, even adulthood, that we're still hurting about. If we're still hurting, then we can't effectively build from that space. You know. So how do we heal? We got to have spaces where we can talk about those grievances, man. Like my parents did, you know, put me out at 18, 17, if I had to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know,
on my birthday. Let me get
you know,
happy birthday.
I'll see you later.
Take it easy out there.
Right? Here's $100.
Is that right? Good luck. Good luck.
But I think we have to talk about those to really let them go. You know? Because I think what we've done is we've made everything like a one size fit all. That happened to me once. That's all it takes. It's gonna happen to me once.
One time. Right.
You know, and we don't know how to heal, man. We don't know how to heal. We don't know how to forgive. We don't know how to build back, you know, and trust. You know, all these things are fickle. You can't take it with you.
Right. Yeah, I'm working on that forgiveness part and all that.
We all are, my boy.
But yeah, but I guess the healing part is comes with the forgiveness, but I really don't miss a beat by those that I don't forgive, but I know I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm still mad and pissed off in my mind, but I'm still good. You feel what I'm saying?
So
like,
that's the subconscious though. You know, that's the subconscious. We could wear it well in public. We could wear it well, but deep down there's something that's not balanced.
Right.
And Kanin, you know what it'll show? So you over Buddy with the 15, but when I bring my 1,500 to you, Buddy ain't gonna come to your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me and you good though. Me and you good.
Right.
But bro put one on you.
Over there,
and not like you couldn't hold a 15.
Right.
And not like you couldn't whoop this good Reverend Doctor, but it just feel like you feel tried. And you don't want to be tried again.
Yeah, the mistakes, those mistakes won't happen again. I learned from my mistake. Yeah. I'm not the one to just keep on stumbling and tripping over the same issue.
Yeah, sometimes we don't have the full context though, man. You know, and I think because we don't trust enough, because we're not forgiving enough, we never have the space to learn the full context of why sometimes.
Right.
And then we never get to that full space of healing. You know, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna have the perfect justification, or reason or rationale to kind of clean it up. What I'm saying is that we don't even give the space to have the conversation, to feel, to actually be present in that hurt, and then to let it go.
Could Kaneem beating up the good Reverend Doctor be considered closure or healing?
Hey man, put him in the ring.
Okay.
You know?
I'm dead serious. I'm asking. Okay. I'm not saying that's the right.
No, I get it.
Put him in the ring. But this is important because put him in the ring is that's one example of what it would look like for reconciliation to happen. And I'm serious. Like if you're gonna throw hands, shake hands afterwards, it's done. Right? Old school.
No, I don't know about that, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So listen.
I mean,
really quick.
But one thing about it, if we get in the ring and we throw hands, whatever, I'm still out $1,500. That ain't gonna rectify the situation.
$1,500 and then we box.
That ain't gonna rectify the situation.
You gotta get the hands and I gotta get my 15.
Hey, even if I put hands on, I'm still out $1,500.
Yeah.
Because once I put hands on you, I know I ain't get my money back. You know what I'm saying? That's automatic, right?
We can't see what I'm saying. We can't even repair.
It's the letting go. It's the letting go.
So that's why.
But I'm saying you said that would give you no closure. That wouldn't make you feel better at all.
That's why I lean on my wife for calmness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm thinking reckless, she gives me calm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, even if I was to see him, I would like to see him with my wife by my side.
One question. What would you need? And you have to know this. If you don't know this, then you have to really dig deep. What would you need outside of that 1,500? Because it sounds like it's more than just the money. The money's not going to make you automatic. Oh, I got my 15. We're good now. So what would you need to feel that you can let this go or let anyone of those things go?
I would need two things.
Okay.
I would need an apology.
Right.
Okay.
And a payment plan.
That's it. Good.
The two
P's. No, that's good because now that you know what you need, that's the beginning of healing.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
but I ain't gonna get no apology. And I ain't gonna get no payment.
He might be watching right now. He might be watching right now.
That's what he needs.
That's all he needs. That's what he needs. I'm gonna go see my brother. I'm gonna I can go down that block because I've been scared.
I'm just saying, you asked me what I need.
Right. I'm asking you what you need because you have to internalize what it is that you need. Because forgiveness, reconciliation looks different for all of us.
Yeah.
And it will hurt for someone to come into your space asking for forgiveness in a way that doesn't make sense for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Each one of us are different. So that process of reconciling looks different for each one of us. So you got to know what you need and communicate that effectively.
Right.
You know, not from a place of, of still hurting. You know, the healing has to be a part of that journey, because if you communicate from a place of hurt, then it's going to be more damage that's going to be done. And there's going to be more reconciliation that needs to happen, and then it never finish. You know, when you get that 1,500, you can be like, "Man, give me that 1,500." Wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't right. And now the cycle starts all over.
Yeah.
You know?
like I said, I just charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even gonna even sweat it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a story that I could tell, and every time I tell it, I'm gonna feel some emotions behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I've come to own that portion of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me compartmentalize this. Reverend Pastor, $1,500. Never gonna get an apology. Never gonna get a payment plan. He got me. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can live with that, and I'm comfortable with living with that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
can't because you said Reverend Pastor.
Right.
That's what he was.
That's what he was.
So
No,
don't you never ask.
No, he was a jokester. He was a person who lacked integrity.
Right.
You know, the pastor didn't do that. The man did.
Yeah.
Well, his label was Reverend Pastor.
I'm gonna call him what his mama called.
Yeah, that's it. If you ever see him anywhere, he gonna have Reverend blank 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 blank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jeff made a comment, right? He probably didn't mean it this way, but I'm gonna ask, like, and we talked about, like you said, the two things that you would need, you know, payment plan and an apology. He said, so I bet if one of the guys offered to give you, if we offered to give you $1,500 to make it better, would you take it?
He'll take your money, but it wouldn't make him feel better about the Reverend Pastor.
Right. Like, would it be easier to kind of let go?
He want that 15 from him.
No, I know.
Now let me say this. I would take the $1,500.
Right. Okay.
And I would still tell my story.
Right.
But I would give honor and appreciation to those that gave me the $1,500.
Right.
Okay. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got you.
So I would still tell the story.
Right.
But in that story, I would have to have a little asterisk that would put those, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Barry Bonds asterisk.
These people.
The Barry Bonds asterisk.
I got my 1,500.
These people decided to make it right on the behalf of Reverend Pastor.
Yeah.
Reverend Pastor, now you owe them 1,500.
Yeah.
I would transfer that debt.
Right. Oh man. Okay, so that's a good one, Rollins. And we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Hey, Pastor. Good morning.
Hey.
What's up, preacher?
Sorry, y'all duty call.
Good Reverend Doctor.
Not the pastor we're talking about.
I am never using that term again.
Do we apologize for others to save face or just to nip things in the bud?
Both.
Can you apologize for somebody else though?
We do it all the time though.
I've heard it and I've seen it and I've heard it.
Right.
But do it really
does it count?
Change the situation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes.
I apologize for such. Like, how you do that though? How you apologize for their actions?
Well, this is what we do. We say, well, you know, he didn't mean it that way, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but how you do that?
That's not what he was trying to say.
That ain't never been in my conscience to say he didn't mean that. No, he meant exactly what he did.
I'm gonna
go over there and put all your emotions on him.
Right.
You know,
I'm gonna throw up a comment that Sam said. So she's when we started talking about the money and the wives and the different, you know, the disconnect. So she said, "Oh, please let me do something to y'all. You're not going to answer my call, answer Sam's calls or text either. So what if she, on behalf of me, tries to reconcile it? You know, would that make a difference?
It still wouldn't work for me now, because you didn't do nothing to me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but even if we did, you know, I like the main point for me is that you can't have community without having reconciliation.
Right.
Yeah. You can, you know,
but
like
it gotta be on both sides.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It gotta be on both sides. I can't reconcile.
So that person gets voted off the island. That person gets voted off the island. You know?
Only apologize one time for you.
The one time, you know what I'm saying? But I think we have to learn, and I do mean this, learn how to bring people back in.
Yes.
You know, we got to learn that, man. We got to learn how to bring them back in, you know? Yeah.
But they got to want
that's a whole show in itself.
You're right. They gotta want, but I'm not saying you don't gotta worry about them right now. You gotta worry about you. Or do you have space, capacity, mental, emotional,
to bring them back in?
Yeah, I'm working on
Let
that.
them back. There you go.
That's tough. I've done retail management for a long time, and people have been getting cussed out in stores all day long. Right. So I've gone up front to calm situations down because I represent the company, I represent the store. So I didn't do nothing at all to this person. 100%. But sometimes people just need to hear a representation to say, I'm sorry, ma'am, she shouldn't have acted like that. She was acting a fool. She was out of line. That's not how we get down. Please forgive us. Take this gift card. Get out my store. Right. So we got that part. And then I go talk to the person who offended the person. And sometimes we right, sometimes the customer wrong. But I'm just saying, you can represent for a community, a place, or whatever, and say on behalf of what I represent. Right. But that shouldn't happen.
That's a whole entity, a whole community, a whole village. You talking about? I'm talking about individually.
Okay,
you
but
it's different. It's different when in the context that you put in the E.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? And what Sean was talking about, if you go and ask for the manager, you apologizing for the whole company because one of your representatives went left.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this right now for a second. I'm listening to this and it sounds foreign. How did this happen where businesses have more community than we do?
I'm just thinking this.
How?
Because I'm just thinking about the individual aspect.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Part of the community.
Like you can't. But if someone comes up and says, you know, he didn't mean that, that person is speaking on behalf of community. Right. If I say, you know what, bro, he wasn't trying to. I'm trying to save the village.
Right.
So I guess the question is, what's the limits? Like, can Kaneem speak for all Black people? Ice Cube try to do it. You know, like, what's the limit? Like, how far does your community expand?
You have to be able to build that community effectively.
Yeah, it has to be a connection, though.
If you're not connected, if you're not like communing for real, then you can't represent the community.
Now, if Brian have one of his parishioners step out of line, he can apologize for them, because they represent Solomon's temple, correct?
Okay.
He can do that. But if AD step out of line, AD is representing BOL. So if I say something stupid, AD can apologize.
Here's what I'll say.
That's going to BOL.
Because you feel those are more groups.
Let me respond to that since he put my name in it. Because we talk about this, you know, in ministry, we talk about, you know, people that are connected to you, you know, they're an extension of your spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're not just representing yourself, you're representing all of us.
Okay.
Right. But what I will say is it's more important to bring the two parties together in that instance than it is for me, because I'm going to be harder on the person that stepped out of line. Right. I'm going to have more focus on the individual that misrepresented the church or me.
Right.
That's going to be more important than me directly going to the other person that was offended.
Right.
I'm going to be encouraging the parishioner to get that right. I'm going to be bringing them together. Right. I'm not going to apologize on behalf of the church for somebody, because to me, I'm the church, not the building.
Right. Bless
you out there messing up. I didn't mess up. You did. Right. You need to get that right. And in an effort to keep the village together, I'm going to say, let's talk about this. Right. You can't, forgiveness is important. Holding that stuff inside is a slow killer.
Death.
Yeah.
Death.
100%.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. So we have to always be available for repentance, for apologies. We can't determine or decide whether or not we believe it or not, but we have to be available for it, because it's an effort to get better and to keep us connected.
Can I ask you something based off of what you're saying right there, though? So, and let me tell me if this is what you're saying. We need to always be prepared to forgive, correct? In the nutshell, of course. I'm not trying to dilute what you powerful message just said.
Yeah.
So could it be said on the opposite end, Or could you understand somebody on the opposite end trying to make sure that they don't get hurt again? Always prepared not to get tried. Always prepared not to get hurt. Could
Well,
there be,
we
could there be
say
an
that
understanding
too.
to that?
Listen, I can forgive and not forget. I cannot put myself into that situation again. Right? I can learn from the mistake. And for me, I think that's a difference between an isolated incident and a pattern of behavior.
And yeah, 100%.
Right? You cross me and you apologize, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I'm always available for somebody to apologize.
That apology is definitely a must.
Yeah.
Because if you don't apologize, then you don't regret what you done done.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't.
And if you don't regret what you done done, it's gonna happen again.
Right.
I got you, but some of that, but like you said it, I think yesterday, Kaneem, you said I'm not a psychologist. I'm like, I'm glad Matt's gonna be on here tomorrow.
I'm not a therapist.
I'm not a therapist, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is like what and again, this comes with age. Like we learn in life, man, something must have really went wrong in their life for them to be acting like that. We see that in people. And so it helps us to have a little bit more patience, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more openness, not this, oh, you's a fool and I don't want to deal with you anymore. No, wait a minute. We get to a point where we say, you know what, man, something was really, why are you really mad? What are you really frustrated about?
Right.
And I think, and Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what you're saying is we need to get to a place where we're more open to do that. Right.
Okay.
Recognize that sometimes it's really not even about me and you. It's about something that happened earlier, and we probably need to understand each other a little bit more. Right. I have a standard, and we just. I tell people all the time, covenant is about setting expectations. Right. Here's who I am.
Right.
That doesn't work for me. This does. Let's learn that about each other so we can learn how to. The Bible says, "Know them that labor among you." We got all these relationships and no one knows anybody. And so we have this cancel culture because no one wants to communicate.
There we go. There we go.
All right. We're gonna table this.
Part two.
Part two. This.
Y'all broke it down today,
next
man.
week. Wednesday.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right. Because it's a big one. Because it's like this: the building effective community. How do we effectively forgive and can bring somebody back in the fold?
How do you bring them back in the fold?
How do you bring? Because if we're gonna build community, so Kaneem and only really focus on Kaneem because the situation that happened. But if the situation was from us, someone within the circle, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Kaneem was like, "Yo, AD,
tell me something."
Ephraim bounced off. Yo, I don't know where he at. He ain't answered my call, but if I see him on site, it's going down. So I'm like, yo, E, me and you need to chat, dude. And
if you see his call, don't pick up.
Right. I'm just saying, like that's so we can bring down the fire. You need to have something. You need to have something good because I'm gonna bring y'all two together. I'm trying to get Kaneem down to a space to talk.
But I will say this though. I mean, as our relationships are building, what has been almost, it ain't been 2 years, but going on 2 years.
Going on 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? As our relationship is building and the foundation is being solidified, you know what I'm saying? We building a actual friendship or like a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if one of us was to do something, I think it would be evident real quick. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be like, oh, hold on, that's not how you move, man.
Right.
What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think because we have that type of bond.
Right.
But with the Reverend Pastor, we didn't have that type of bond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was all business.
Not McCory. Right.
It was all business. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no socializing.
But
wasn't
that
no
would
hanging
go
out with each other. Wasn't no.
That would go to me meeting somebody.
You didn't have the community
and bringing them into the fold.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
but that gives credence to Jeff Carlin's point, right? Because we all come from somewhere. So when we talk about peeling the onion,
right?
Kaneem, like that was like a betrayal because where you come from, we don't play with money. We don't you say you do what you say you're gonna do, and that's just that. That's and so it hits harder because of how you came up. Because where you came up, somebody might lose their life behind
$20.
Right.
Yeah.
And the problem is that the good Reverend Doctor didn't realize where you come from.
Because he didn't have that community, you know.
Just a few conversations, he would have understood.
He would have understood.
And for the record, the same thing Kaneem said is what I posed to the United States government: an apology and a payment plan.
There you go. Apology and a payment plan. There we go.
Bring the healing. Bring the healing, man. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta know what you need.
The same thing, Pastor.
I have 6 words for you, E. I like what you did there.
I'm just saying for my people.
I feel that.
Talking about building a community, we need some cash. You feel
that
me?
was good.
Man. That's why I can't wait till this little think tank start up.
Oh yeah.
So I can hear what everybody got to say, because I'm very interested to see what type of investments or business moves, or, you know what I'm saying. I want to definitely hear about all that. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, so the goal is this Monday. Anybody with ideas or thought process want to share and see what happens. It's kind of like, let's throw it out there, see what happens.
On live?
No, we won't be live. We won't be live. No, we can't. No.
Yeah, because that's currency, right?
This
will be a private.
Proprietary information being.
We gotta send out some NDAs, man.
When we go live, we're gonna be pitching something to everybody.
We're gonna be good.
It already be kind of like a real nice package that we gonna try to, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm telling you now, we asked for $1,500 from everybody off the rip. I'm telling you now, whatever the idea.
Kaneem got mine. He got mine.
What can I say?
He got it.
Oh man.
He got it.
All right. So listen, we appreciate you guys for being here, for rocking with us. Another edition of Brother Legacy. And speaking about payment, you see, Kaneem has Professor X. I mistakenly gave somebody $5 that owed me that $5 back for that tape. This is the worst. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Another edition of the Brothers Legacy. As Kaneem says, 988. Make sure you dial if having a mental health crisis, or you or someone you love. You get the appropriate help and assistance in that moment. Continue to be safe, drive safe, and go to brotherlegacy.com. We got so much going on. If you have school-age kids, we got financial literacy class. We have a spot to be a part of our accountability call, as well as the brainstorming or our think tank that we're starting up. So make sure you get with that. All right. Appreciate you, Mat Jeanius in the building.
All right,
make sure
man.
you follow us, man. Listen, I need you to go to your Apple Music.
Yes,
put in Mat Jeanius.
YouTube, Spotify.
Yes. I'm all about Apple. Apple Music.
All platforms. Bless
all
platforms.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good day, man.
Thank
And
you.
we appreciate you guys. Be safe. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. And we will see you in the AM. Yes, there we go. 988 mental health line. All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.